Welcome to the Cambridge United end-of-season highlights video for 91-92. Over the next hour and a half, we'll be bringing you some of the key moments from United's memorable campaign, with reports from Anglia television and coverage from Cambridge club cameraman Malcolm Dixon. During the course of the programme, you'll also have the chance to win a super prize in our easy-to-enter Cambridge Trivia Quiz. Scattered throughout this video are 5 simple Cambridge questions. Just jot down the answers on a postcard and send them in to Cambridge Quiz, Real Images, 130 Heathfield Road, Keston, Kent, BR2 6BA. All entries must reach us by December the 24th, 1992. The first correct entry picked out of the hat will win £30 worth of record tokens. This season, there were a number of new stadium. 20-year-old defender Jim Carstairs signed for Cambridge from the Arsenal reserve squad, while keeper John Sheffield signed a full-time contract after his loan spell here last season. Meanwhile, winger Gary Rowett and midfielder Matt Proctor have both signed professional contracts for United after serving their YTS apprenticeships. With the euphoria of winning the 3rd Division Championship still fresh in their minds, the United squad soon showed their determination to carry on this season where they left off last May. Cambridge's first match of the season was away to Grimsby Town on the 17th of August.
At Cambridge, they say the sky's the limit, and after their exploits in the past 2 seasons, it's difficult to argue. Another magical mystery tour for them yesterday in their chain strip of blue. Dion Dublin's slide rule accuracy had been ahead after half an hour. But a setback on the stroke of half-time when Grimsby were able to slice through the heart of the defence. Tom Watson beating John Vaughan in the Cambridge goal. After an hour, thanks largely to wing play from Lee Philpott into a rash challenge, then provided the sort of fed on regularly last season. But turvy game this, Grimsby back on level terms again after 69 minutes. Tony Rees, the scorer. Manager Alan Buckley got it about right. If his side had scored 8, Cambridge would have got 9. 3 minutes later, they were back in front for a 3rd time. Richard Wilkins stole in to guide the ball past Steve Sherwood. Both these teams are newly promoted, and the corresponding fixture last season produced a 1-0 win for Grimsby. Always more breathless this time, Rees again on hand to make it 3-3. Cambridge, though, were not to be denied. They threw everything at Grimsby in search of victory, and they got it from an unusual source. Captain Danny O'Shea in the right place at the right time. That came with just a minute left, which in this game was just enough time for one more goalmouth scramble. Some desperate defending in front of goalkeeper John Vaughan, and the clearance eventually completed by a combination of Vaughan, Dion Dublin and Alan Kimball. So, all in all, a happy return to Division 2 for Cambridge.
United also got off to a flying start in the Rumbelows Cup, at home to Reading on the 21st of August.
That one's headed across the face of the goal. Jones misses it, falls to Taylor, and Claridge puts it in the back of the net!
Steve Claridge bagged the winner in the 79th minute to leave the scoreline 1-0 to Cambridge. 3 days later, the squad were at home to Swindon Town.
Shearer, the booked Shearer, stands on the edge of the area. Bailey crosses this one over towards Dublin, but it's punched clear by Digby. Falls to Taylor. Taylor could cross over. He does so. Finds Philpott on the far side. It's there!
Lee Philpott opened the scoring in the 32nd minute, while Duncan Shearer equalised just before half-time. In the 58th minute, an own goal from Nicky Summerby made it 2-1 to United. With 10 minutes of the match to go, Lee Philpott bagged his second of the afternoon.
Cheatham crosses over towards the far side. Philpott's there! Number 2 for Lee. This ball finds Shearer, but he's brought down, and that'll be a penalty. He's completely the wrong way, and Swindon make it 3. Swindon Town 2.
The 8th of August, Cambridge met Reading for the return of the Rumbelows Cup first round. The game finished 3-0 to United, with from John Taylor, Dion Dublin and Steve Claridge. The following Saturday, the squad took on Steve Perryman's Watford at Vicarage Road. Lee Philpott opened the scoring on the stroke of half-time. In the second half, efforts from Steve Claridge and Mick Cheatham also found the back of David James' net. With 8 minutes to go, Luther Blissett bagged a consolation goal for the Hornets. To leave the final score, Watford 1, Cambridge United 3. On the 3rd of September, Cambridge were back at the Abbey Stadium, playing hosts to David Webb's Southend United. 5 minutes into the second half, Southend's Ian Benjamin capitalised on a failed clearance by Tony Dennis to drive the ball into the back of the Cambridge net. Dion Dublin nearly got the equaliser in rattling the Southend woodwork. The final score, Cambridge United 0, Southend United 1. Cambridge were hoping for better things on the 7th of September, away to South London squad Millwall.
John Beck was named Second Division Manager of the Month for August before this match, but the celebration stopped after just 3 minutes. John Vaughan penalised for the foul on Chris Armstrong, Kelvin Morton from Bury St Edmunds in no doubt, and Paul Kerr scoring from a twice-taken penalty. Cambridge, it seemed, were in trouble. Skipper Danny O'Shea failed a fitness test before the start of the match, and striker John Taylor came off second best in this clash of heads. He was eventually forced off minutes, but it's just that sort of challenge which brings the best out of Cambridge, and they almost equalised through Michael Cheatham, his shot hitting the crossbar. But Cheatham was simply eyeing up the target. 3 minutes, it was 1-1. Cheatham found himself in an almost identical position, and this time he found the finish to match. Afterwards, John Beck described this performance as the best since he arrived at the club. They constantly frustrated Millwall in the second half. Colin Cooper denied after 65 minutes. And just 2 minutes later, the winner for Cambridge. Winger Lee Philpott has been one of the big success stories so far this season, and he provided the perfect cross for substitute Gary Rowett to head beyond goalkeeper Aidan Davison. A great moment for the former YTS boy on his debut, 17 years old, and on the score sheet for the first time, Millwall 1, Cambridge 2.
United only managed a point from their next fixture with a 0-0 draw to Derby County. However, the following Tuesday, goals from John Taylor and Richard Wilkins enabled the squad to beat Wolves 2-1. On the 21st of September, Cambridge crashed through a 3-0 defeat at the hands of Portsmouth. Goals came in from Wigley and Burns in the half, while in the 53rd minute, an own Alan Kimball completed United's misery. 4 days later, trip north to Manchester United's Old Trafford ground on the Red Devils in the second round of the Rumbelows Cup. Earlier, manager John Beck had put the Cambridge through their paces to ensure the team were at their peak for the vital cup clash. However, with Manchester United topping the First Division League table, Cambridge soon found themselves under the cosh as the match got underway. A minute before half-time, Cambridge found themselves a goal down when Giggs beat the away team's defence to fire the shot past keeper John Vaughan. Shortly after the restart, Brian McClare made it 2-0, scrambling the ball into the back of the Cambridge net. In the 66th minute, the game was put beyond Cambridge's reach when Hughes' corner was headed home by Steve Bruce. The final score, Manchester United 3, Cambridge United 0.
Well, what sort of experience was it? It's hard work. I thought we were doing alright, but actually I thought we were better side until they scored. The back goal conceded sort of 30 seconds before half time, and then they hit us early in the second half. And back to the wall stuff really. I thought we should have had a penalty, definitely. I thought it was a big turning point. But I mean, he didn't give it, so you got to go on with it. 3-0. It's going to be tough when we get back home.
So, John, what was the final verdict?
I think we got beaten by a far better side. Some of their football was of the highest quality, and we've learnt a few lessons tonight. And we'll get them back in the second leg and give it everything we've got and salvage some pride, because I don't think we played at all well tonight.
You say you didn't play well, but they were good. You could see the confidence, you could see the style they could play. That was...
Yeah, I mean, they're the best in the country at the moment, and you've got to hold your hands up to the quality of their football, and good luck to them, and well done to Alex Ferguson. Yeah, well done to them.
Back with the Barclays League, United were hoping for a happier result on the 29th of September, at home to Leicester City. The squad was bolstered by new signing Mick Heathcote, who joined from Shrewsbury Town for £150,000. In the 11th minute, a corner from Lee Phil by Dion Dublin to give Cambridge the lead. The Leicester defence seemed at 6s and 7s, and it came as no surprise when Dublin scored his second in the 34th minute. Dublin seemed to have set off an avalanche of goals for Cambridge, and within minutes of the second half starting, Steve Claridge also earned himself a place on the score sheet. A few minutes later, the ball slipped out of the grasp of Leicester Poole. Flag is second. Leicester went a little way to redressing the balance when Gordon defeated Vaughan in a goal-man score. In the 72nd minute, a Tony Dennis on the edge of the area was headed in by Heathcote. Leicester had a goal disallowed in the closing moments of the game to leave the final score Cambridge United 5, Leicester City 1. This result left United in third place in the second division title race with 19 points behind Ipswich Town and Middlesbrough. United's next fixture was the ZDS tie against Charlton Athletic on October the 2nd. Our coverage comes courtesy of Sky Sports. The South Londoners fielded a considerably weakened side. First-team regulars Scott Minto, Robert Lee, Carl Leeburn and... Meanwhile, Sheffield donned the keeper's glove to take up position for United. 3 minutes into the game, capitalised on a disastrously misjudged back and pitcher, handing John Taylor a opportunity. Just before half-time, receiving the header from Bacon and tipping the ball over the line with a half somersault. Time being played, the scoreline remained deadlocked at a goal apiece. The match ended on penalties. Charlton's Gary Nelson and Darren Pitcher both made their shots count, driving the ball home from the spot. However, Kim Grant fortunately, all found the back of Bob Boulder's net. The final score, Cambridge United 1, Charlton Athletic 1, with United going through to the next round 4 on penalties. 3 days later, to the Potteries to take on John Rudge's Port Vale.
I love it. Really is. A defence split shot and just over the top. Porter loses it. But Swan is there. The short ball from was telegraphed a bit by Simon Mills. He doesn't often do it. Be nasty. Now and again a good save by as Jeffers turns his man beautifully, cuts inside. Oh, a lovely ball through now then. Yes, it's a goal of
The final whistle saw Cambridge lose by 1-0, with Vale's Andy Porter scoring the winner. On the 9th of October, Cambridge returned to home territory for the return leg of the Rumbelows Cup against Manchester United. Cambridge had the proverbial mountain to climb, being 3 goals down from the first leg. Manchester United went ahead within the first 3 minutes, McClare knocking in the shot past John Vaughan. Dion Dublin came close to equalising a few minutes later, but was cruelly denied by the woodwork. In the second half, Manchester United also saw an opportunity wasted when the ball bounced off the post. Dublin pull one back for Cambridge to lead the line piece. Manchester United next round with an aggregate score of 1. The 12th of October saw United consolidate position with the home match against Dion Dublin early on with the Sunderland. In minutes, Fred collecting the ball past the keeper. Dennis also came close, but hit off the bar. In the 40th minute, a corner shot was headed home by Wilkins. His third to leave the final score 3-0. To the Premier League now looking like an target. The full 3 points from United by 2 goals on the 18th of October. Dublin got the first into the match.
Premier have got to be on their toes. These corners. Inside the 18-yard box, over, flicked on, and it's not a good one, away, and Philpott can clear it, and now is a chance for Steve Clearidge against Mick. It's a Mongol. Will be another little shove in the back.
With 5 minutes left on the clock, John Ulrich pulled one back for Rovers, leaving the score at 2-1 to Cambridge. Unfortunately, however, Cambridge crashed out of the ZDS Cup on the 23rd of October, losing by 2-1 against West Ham. Gary Rowett wiped out the Hammers opener in the 51st minute, but sadly left later to see the Hammers through the next round. The 26th, United beat Barnsley at 2-1. Gave the away side in the 64th minute. Later, Steve Clearidge grabbed the equalizer. Dion Dublin scored the winner in the 82nd minute. Leave the final result, Barnsley 1. Meanwhile, United 1 point from fixtures against and Newcastle United, with scores of 1-1 respectively. Clearidge got the first goal at St James's Park in the shot in the 59th minute. Just as Andy Hunt in the moments of the game. down.
Well, it's interesting. Quickly, it means that and some of their Whitten beats Kimball. Here's Kiwomya, turns it up to Milton. Hit the post. Extraordinary. By Philpott. Tremendous sequence of action with lovely play. Kiwomya does well to hold his for the hit. Has to and blow them then turns it across the face of the goal. Stop with a drive and remarkable. And Cambridge looking the more positive side. But there's a real battle for midfield control here. And Dion Dublin, a lovely return to Steve Claridge. Steve Claridge crosses, Philpott, Dublin comes in! That was a classic Cambridge. And Dion Dublin so close to whacking that one in. Well, the orders are, get it forward, get it wide, get it across. And this is a wonderful cross from Steve Claridge. Philpott takes his man underneath it well. Dion Dublin, half volley, past the post. Forward by Fensham, nice flick on. Lovely return from Dublin to Claridge. Can he keep it in? It's up against John Wart, 1 against 1. Claridge has done it, and Wart doing well to cover with that trailing leg, knocks it up for a corner. He's busy now though. Another corner for Cambridge with Danny O'Shea on the near post, Liam Daish at the edge of the goal area. It's a tricky one for Forrest, and it's knocked in by Gary. The youngster all away from home, 3 out of 3 now. Again from that set piece where Forrest there well. Cambridge guy well is Dion the touch, Rowett to knock it in. Scoreline then, Ipswich Town 0, Cambridge 1, and Cambridge up under the cosh for the first time. Gary Rowett, 7 years of age, brought in as something of a gamble this season, all away from home. Chipped ahead of it in early by Cambridge United, and they feel they should have had a corner there, but the goal kick. The ball played ahead of man, the early cross, and the corner. Gazelle gets up with O'Shea. In for Moncur. Thompson, you can get here. Good cross required. Off. Cambridge push out. Just past. Gazelle swinging at it, and very. But Alan Kimball doing a good ball by Moncur. Thompson in. As they swinging shot comes in, and from Milton, and goalkeeper protecting that post. Taylor down the right hand side for Dublin to chase, forcing the ball out, but although Linnigan says it went off the field, off Dublin, the linesman said it didn't. So once again, the standard set piece from Cambridge. Andy Fensham with the long throw, get it into the box. Dublin, can he flick it back? Taylor bangs it in, Dublin, and there is Claridge to bang it against the post. Beautifully worked, Cambridge. This time, which were in the first by the post. Really unlucky. Well, battle here to Taylor. Cross in the circumstances by Dublin and against the post. Chance. Cambridge will lose their concentration. Put a few things together in the game. Competing. Trying to get it down to Stockwell. Oh, the makeshift forward with equalised. The mark right up, and now we can have a real battle in the closing stages. Liam Dace gets the ball away, back in again, and straight to Stockwell. He buries it. It happens. Most of the game, and they were leading to the part here. Stockwell has given Ipswich grab all the points. And they're being torn down the lane. Good pass ball. The space. Getting hit the first time. The goalkeeper. And now red wobbling. That goal changed the good by Taylor needs hits. Get it in. Dublin again. And goal. That's now just as Ipswich were back in the game. Well, they escaped when Philpott headed over the bar, but this time Dion Dublin goes for the overhead. He doesn't get it. Philpott goes then for the unselfish header, and it's Claridge who gets it in off a defender. We've had 90 minutes as Stockwell tries to get a crossover. Here's Moncur, and once again as if Ipswich had snatched something from the jaws of defeat. Nicely hit, but the goalkeeper I think was protecting his near post. Last chance for Ipswich. Kiwomya to Dozell. Stockwell! Well, he's rescued them once, but not this time. It's too late. Nice throw, nice idea. He snatched at the shot. Not as easy a target as before, and it went wide. And there's the final whistle, a triumph for Cambridge United in local derby. Steve Claridge, winner after Stockwell to give lifeline. But give credit, go in now at the top of the second division. Score.
rise to top place in the second division league with 33 points. At home to Brighton on the 16th of November resulted in a draw. A week later, the squad were playing away at Upton Park against ground sharers Charlton. Our commentator is Steve Dixon.
Swiftly challenged Kimball. Chance to cross. Leeburn gets up. Alex Dyer. Good effort from Alex. Cut. In fact, for the first strike of the afternoon after not going to stand on ceremony this afternoon. They're going to get the ball in early, they're going to deliver the cross deep, and Cambridge look for Wilkins, Dublin or possibly Taylor. Kimball hooks it over his shoulder. Put on it, it'll come. Oh! After the great clear, a fine save because John Taylor was clear on. And here comes Vaughan out of his area. Target is Wilkins. Pitcher falls to Dyer. If Dyer can find him, but back quickly in the ball early. With a chance, driven wide. Bailey will take, left-footed. Oh, and it's bounced unkindly for John Taylor, and it might well have come off a Charlton man, but Lester Shapter decides that that is a goal kick. Dublin is forward, Taylor is forward, Heathcote and Chappell are up there too. Free kick towards the far post, it's towards Heathcote. The header down towards Dublin. Oh, and Webster's struggling here, and Taylor has scored for Cambridge United. John Taylor opens the scoring for Cambridge on 27 minutes. And as we've said already, the tactics work. Simple but effective. Cambridge are in front. Far side, with a bit of space, if he can get the ball across the goal, ball for Leeburn, and United get it away, and now Barmer's got some work to do, and Taylor with a chance to get goal side of Barmer, and Taylor is goal side of Barmer, square to Dublin, and there it is, the second goal for Cambridge United, and Dion Dublin puts Cambridge 2 in front. John Taylor got goal side of Stuart Barmer, and United have broken quickly. Corner, post, it's a good jump there. Good one. Here's Leeburn now, taking on Chappell. Leeburn getting round him. Leeburn's got to put it back. Oh no! Leeburn a good turn. And he'll have to fight to get there, and it's Cambridge breaking with Taylor on the far side, and down quickly. The goal has come out to Wilkins on the Right across the goal, Dublin. Trying to get there. Ness gets it away. Burn, chest control. Lay. Here's Colin. Here's Wilkins. Stepping inside his right foot. Strikes Webster. Wilkins will get there. Possibly to get. He gets the cross. Post. Dublin with the header down. Boulder. Bailey gets there first across. They're down again. And as soon as the ball went forward from pitch, 4 arms were offside against Paul Gorman. For the clearance. Cambridge might get a third. But certainly it won't try. And the day that the statistics football is bad for the game. He's got 2 men on it. Now, can he get the crossing? In block. Back to Bumstead. Need to be early.
The full-time score, Charlton Athletic 1, Cambridge United 2. On November the 30th, Cambridge drew 1-1 at home to Oxford United. Also drew their next fixture with goals from and John Taylor. United also only managed a point from each of their next 2 games against Southend and Plymouth Argyle.
Southend need this to take them to second in the table. And I don't believe it, an early goal there for Lee Philpott. Coming after just 1 minute, Lee Philpott has scored for Cambridge United. It's got Dublin marked tightly by Cornwall on the edge of the area. It's aimed towards him, heads on, Taylor trying to get there, Philpott. Samson does well to that ball. Now tries to get Dublin through. Steaming down the wing on the right. Ball through for Austin. It's got headed on Regis, led by O'Shea, headed on by Marker into fires that one. Headed down there, not cleared fully. Ball forward, finds she cross. Just loop. Double wing, finds round down, round. For Wilkins cross. Well, but just this half. What's the who playing the ball round? Definitely Dublin. Salmon's ball wide. Look, Kimball finds it well. Kimball trying to take. Kimball got Philpott steaming down, finds Dublin. Dublin's Kins crosses over deep. Salmon's off for the corner for Fiore. Fiore's crossover. So goes for that one with his hand, and referee the penalty. Against well, that
Cambridge suffered a 1-0 home defeat at Watford.
It'll be Wilkins and Taylor all in the middle. Philpott coincide too. Headed cleared though by Watford only as far as Bailey. Bailey finds Philpott with a good pass. Crosses it over, looking for Roward on that far side! Philpott! Chappell tries to get that one in. Cleared off the line. Dublin heads this one on. Taylor trying to get onto this one. If he does so, he's away. Gets caught though by Holdsworth. The ball's put wide and Taylor shots! James does magnificently well to tap that one onto the bar. Brilliant save there by James. The only thing that denied Cambridge going one in the lead. This is Bailey though with Cambridge for the half. James does well to punch that one clear. Falls to Kimball. Kimball's long cross looks for Rowett. James heads it out. Fenson plays it straight back in. Taylor. Dublin! Second time that Watford have been saved on the line today. As they come now on the break. This is Porter. Porter's got Drysdale outside him. He uses Drysdale. Drysdale's cross comes over. And the goal scored by Butler.
On January the 1st, Cambridge had their new year ruined by a 2-1 defeat away to Blackburn Rovers.
And defence throw beyond Dublin. And defence. Beat Colin Hendry, but there to and a very opportune one. Cambridge and ball rejected. Centre Taylor. Bobby Mims scrambling. He cleared off the line. Gary Rowitz. 3 sides of the ground occupied by Blackburn Rovers supporters. One and 2. And it comes again. More space by Cambridge. Drop. Was far too short.
Meanwhile, in the FA Cup third round, Cambridge forced Coventry City to a replay after a 1-1 draw on the 4th of January. A week later, the United squad pulled off an away victory against Len Hoddle's Swindon Town. Bagged United's first goal of the afternoon, a quarter of an hour into the second half.
So Turner Downs for the free kick. Far side. Yes, it's in! It's there! Cambridge United have scored!
With 5 minutes of the match to go, Dion Dublin fired the shot past Nicky Hammond to leave the final score 2-0 to Cambridge. The FA Cup replay against Coventry on the 14th of January saw United sail through to the 4th round. Cambridge were defeated 1-0 at home to Grimsby Town.
Taylor again on the byline, aim for Dublin on the edge. Taylor's header though! Rees manages to palm that one onto the bar. Wilkins is pushed in that goal mouth. The result, the throw to Grimsby. A lot of movement there. Ball goes to Mendonca. Mendonca lays it straight back to Charles. Charles' crossover! And the ball goes in, a header by Dobbin.
Sadly, United's cup dreams were shattered on the 25th of January with a 3-0 defeat at the hands of Swindon Town.
Dublin! Oh! Chapel. Oh! The keeper's legs! second goal. I cannot believe this. Cambridge United have conceded a second goal. Oh, another goal! This is a riot, a rout. 3-0.
Back with the Barclays League, United had goalless draws at home to Tranmere and away to Barnsley before beating Plymouth Argyle 1-0 away on the 11th of February. The only goal of the match came from United's Michael Cheetham.
The main feature comes from the Abbey Stadium. Cambridge United versus Charlton Athletic, two strong promotion contenders. United's win at Plymouth in midweek has put them back among the front runners, but it cost them more injuries to Michael Cheetham and Richard Wilkins, and they're still without Lee Philpott, and still trying to put things right at home. 16 weeks without a win here. But Steve Claridge's injury absence, he's not match fit, but can he break this latest Abbey habit? Charlton, a side with no manager, two coaches instead, no ground. The Valley will be ready in April, they hope, but they do have a very strong away record, particularly good on the break. The much improved Carl Leeburn is the leading scorer, and they have a handful of players like Robert Lee, who played in the First Division already and are anxious to get back there.
Please move them immediately or you'll be towed away by the police.
So it's Charlton trying to build an impressive sequence of results themselves, who kick off on a blustery day. Cambridge hit by injuries, frustrated by their home form and some unfair criticism, but it would be very wrong to forget it's an amazing achievement for a club like this with their resources to be in the top four with the season 2/3 of the way gone. And it's as well to remember that they've always finished the last two promotion campaigns very strongly. The referee here is Mike James from Horsham. There's Dublin. Controls an awkward ball well. Drift by pitcher, brought down. Tony this in swing with the Daesh getting it. Daesh a shot. Good. And the main right flank. Good by and it breaks for Heaney. Goalkeeper. Courage. Heaney get the cross in now, and Dublin gets up and led. It was a good move. Off with a particularly good. After young Heaney had done good work, Dublin challenge. It breaks the snatch into the allotment. Nelson a little himself. Can he get a? Ball holds him off. Needs help though. Bumstead is so to his for this one. Again. Oh, great. Pardew. Given by John. He did a Cambridge on. Middle and full. And Pardew was well blocked by John. Ledbetter to Dublin, not a problem. Tries to find the wide man. He's got Kimball behind him. Webster gets it away awkwardly. In there. Dennis. It's a free kick to Cambridge. Heaney can't even control it, although he's still got the ball. He's trying to get by Barnes. Oh, he's done both of them. Heaney, good run. Heaney going well. Claridge and Dennis. What a goal! Tony Dennis. And that's the first goal at the Abbey Stadium for 4 games. And for Dennis, that's his second goal of the season. What a tackle. But Heaney made it. He did 2 Charlton players there. Farage couldn't get at it himself. Then it comes out here to Tony. Boulder no chance, 1-0. Dublin can't get there. What about Farage here? Does well. Almost straight at his own goal by Pitcher. In fact, he did a very, very good job to steer that directly past the post. That was a great bit of work by... And the fullback coming to cover space does well to miss the target. Now, what can they make of this? Robert Lee got support from Barnes. He's got Colin Walsh out there. Heaney coming back to help. Walsh in for Leeburn. This is looking good. Leeburn going again, but Dace has done a good job. And Nelson crosses well. In goes Pitcher. It's a good effort. Across the line by Andy Benson. Great play there by Charlton, but good defending. Walsh, then Nelson helping Leeburn. Nelson does well to pull the ball back. Now they're in trouble as a Pitcher gets it in, and it's Pardew's shot who's cleared off the line by Benson. So substitution for Charlton Athletic with Paul Gorman coming on and Gary Nelson going off. So an experienced player for a fairly unknown player, but this guy has scored 6 games after coming out of the non-league. Danny O'Shea laying down to Leeburn with... And Gorman trying to support. Here's Gorman with a chance! And that was his first touch! Incredibly, Paul Gorman should have scored there. It was a lovely through ball for the ex-Fisher Athletic player. Just stabbed through very nicely for him, made a good run. Goalkeeper came out very, very quickly. Good goalkeeping by John Sheffield and denied Paul Gorman. Up goes Taylor, but they're pushing there as Webster came out. Dennis, another fine first-time ball. Liam Dace. Up goes Dublin. And the supporters here felt that was in the net, but that was a lovely idea. Quick work by Dace. Good header. The bowler was struggling a bit there. Substitution here because off to a round of applause all round. He's come back into the game when he's fit. Fine job, but on comes a new league football from non-league Bridlington. As Walsh gets one in forward to Pardew. Cleared well by Kimball. Well, it's a little bit of exaggeration to say they're under the cosh here, Cambridge, but Charlton are pushing forward with plenty of intent. And they're going to have to be on their toes to keep them out. Dace can't get there. Lee, and back in by Webster. And here's Gorman. Gorman shoots. He's going in. The substitute, the things are happening quick. I don't know or not. And put it back. Gorman again. Oh, I can't believe the goalkeeper is up against here. He's shooting on sight, he's hitting the target, but the goalkeeper is on top of everything. A great effort. Superb goalkeeper. His man off. Goes led to nicely, and Carl Leeburn's coming more into the on the right hand side. Lee, the equaliser. Just a little bit wide. The ball move. A fine ball. Now it's for him. The challenge is come in. He's slightly too wide. whistle. Safe here. In goes Norbury. Leeburn. Minto with and away by Bailey. And there is the final whistle. Celebration at the Abbey. The first win here since October the 26th. The first goal here since December the 26th. And what a cracker it was from Tony Dennis. They fought hard for that, but then Paul Gorman had three terrific efforts, well saved by John Sheffield. It was a tight fight in the end, but they deserved it, and the tide might now turn for them. The final score, Cambridge United 1, Charlton Athletic 0.
On February 2nd, away to Oxford 1-0, with Andrew scoring for Oxford in the 41st minute. Three days later, pulled off a victory at Rovers.
On with the rest of the players of the all division. That goal from by Dublin. Encouraging Kevin Moran. Did up well, gets it down the line. It's an excellent cross. And it's 2. Marvel. Can he get one of those crosses in again? He can. Clarity collects it. Dublin's level.
Colin Hendry pulled one back for Rovers 8 minutes from time to leave the final score, Cambridge United 2, Blackburn Rovers 1. Despite their defeat by United, big spending Blackburn remained firmly entrenched at the top of the table, 1 point. Cambridge meanwhile in third place with 55 points and looking increasingly like contenders for a playoff place. On the 28th of February, there was further opportunity for United to consolidate their league position as the squad played at home to Bristol Rovers.
Cambridge biggest Friday night, a penalty from Andy Fensom, 6-1 win over Bristol Rovers. But the game wasn't without its problems. He did an equaliser to help his defence, only to lose the ball on net. One at half time. Could be without striker Steve Claridge for the rest of the season after he damaged his groin, but despite his absence, United thumped home 4 goals in just 11 minutes. First from Dion. Chris Ledbetter made the most of defending. Goal from a corner, headed back to make amends for his in spectacular. It's got the last. Dublin, second of the game. Shea's free kick. United says all different could be crucial. So John takes minutes from was as welcome as any on the night. Bristol Rovers 1.
On the 7th of March, Cambridge were away to fellow promotion hopefuls Middlesbrough. Dion Dublin opened the scoring for United 8 minutes into the second half. Wilkinson equalised 11 minutes later to leave the scoreline at a goal apiece. 3 days later, however, Cambridge crashed to a 2-0 defeat at home to Newcastle United.
That ball, little touch forward there by Quinn. Picked up in the middle by Brock. Brock's ball forward, and he's space. Peacock plays that one wide for Kelly. Kelly's shot, it's there! 44 minutes gone, and Kelly has put Newcastle United 2 in front.
United had a happier time of it on the 14th of March, away to Bristol City. Mick victory for United in the 83rd. Bristol Cambridge 2. The squad drew 0-0 at home to Middlesbrough. Three days later, United were playing at home to Ipswich Town.
Middle by captain. Great save. Ipswich, except Gollard's. Even Gollard's got protect. Heathcote got that one. And put over Chapel. Stockwell and company have throwing practice. His turn. Surely he was fouled. It's a goal now, it's given. Giselle on the edge of the area, back in midfield for most of the... And it's been a quiet one for him, it's not really his style of play. Watching the ball whistle over his head most of the game. Goalkeeper comes out, Sheffield grabs it. It's Linnigan's shot rather.
Cambridge United 1, Ipswich Town 1. Cambridge drew their next fixture away to Brighton in March. The game finished a goal apiece, thanks to a last from Mick Heathcote. The team had a goalless draw away to Derby County on the 1st of April. Then, 3 days later, the team beat Millwall 1-0 after a shot from Dion Dublin found the back of the Lions' net. On the 11th of April, Cambridge played away to Wolverhampton.
And the flick on, it's there at the back. Aubrey who came in, the flick on over the top of the Wolves defence, and I could just hear Graham Turner screaming, defend it right, and unfortunately that's exactly what Wolves didn't do. And Birch, neatly worked for Kevin Ashley. Now what can they make with this cross? It's a good cross in. Rankin there, tremendous header, great goal, well worked by Kevin Ashley, but it's Rankin that's celebrating, but it was a tremendous piece of work. Ended up being a good pass. Ball outside for Rankin.
Looking for a quality cross, and it is towards the back post, and there's Andy Much! Tremendous finish! Well, 2 quality crosses, 2 quality finishes, and Wolves take the lead.
The final score, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Cambridge United 1. On the 17th, the squad were back in action at the Abbey Stadium at home to Portsmouth. The game finished with the score deadlocked at 2 goals apiece. 4 days later, United were playing hosts to promotion rivals Leicester City.
Thompson takes over. Good ball into Tommy Wright. Might have a go. He does. Oh, it's there! What a magnificent strike from Tommy Wright. Really out of nothing. Wright brings it down well. Cross comes. Oh, brilliant! Absolutely brilliant goal. Okay. Finds Rayner. Slice clearance from Platt now. Mills. Dublin. Good ball to Rayner. Cross far side. Header comes in. Dublin. And it's poked in by Steve Claridge. And the Leicester defence at 6s and 7s. The ball not. And finally, Steve Claridge on the spot to toe poke it home. His 10th goal of the season.
The full-time score, Cambridge United 1, Leicester City 2. This result boosted Leicester's own hopes of automatic promotion, while Cambridge dropped to 5th place with 70 points. Meanwhile, Trent team Port the wrong end of the table with just 45 points from 44 matches. The Valiants were desperate to beat Cambridge on the 25th of April, as they needed all the points they could muster to lift themselves clear of the relegation danger zone. However, it wasn't to be Vale's night.
Phil Chappell knocks it down, and Lowe might be in with a chance here. Great save. In comes Brian Mills. Mills scores. Brian Mills picks up the rebound after David Lowe makes the most of an error at the back by Cambridge United in time added on in the first half. Well, they should have cleared this. It drops to Lowe. He shoots. It's a great save, but Mills is in there fast and hits the roof of the net. 1-0. Keep the pace up, keep the pressure up, keep the bodies in there. Norbury, not a good one. Out to Dennis, poor Vale push out. He'll be careful here. Forward by Claridge. Claridge can get this one, but he needs help. He can get it in now. Good effort. And there it is by Heathcote. Mick Heathcote with the equaliser. Less than 4 minutes after the start of the second half. Great play by Claridge. Did a superb job. As a smattering of a smile there. Well, a wonderful cross. A good header by Mick Heathcote. Back in business. Chappell looking for Philpott. Peter Swan didn't know where that one was going. Rayner, Dennis chasing it. Oh, there's a push there. It's a penalty. The bouncing ball as Tony Dennis went for it. The leap was certainly inelegant by the Dutchman Van der Laan, and the referee pointed straight to the spot. Van der Laan not at all happy. Port Vale in some disarray here, but it's a chance now for Cambridge to take the lead. Meanwhile, the referee's been busy. Looks as if the goalkeeper's been booked. It looks as if Peter Swan's been booked. And a red card for Peter Swan. He must have gone really over the top there. So things falling apart for Port Vale. Claridge going to take it, doing up his bootlaces first against former Ipswich goalkeeper Mark Grew. He scored. Are in the lead. Oh, that's a good header by Norbury and Heathcote. Great by. Well, it's a good. Norbury does very well here. Knocks it down. Gets in front of his man and hooks it. That piece of play by by Ray. Wind, of course, still causing. Move back. And it's by David Lowe. 3-2. Wilkins. Norbury lead. Let's go. With the so coach. And it's the fourth. Well, they have problems. More problems. The technique and the butt. Blocked from a
United 4-2.
The dignity of Cambridge. Point record. They deservedly. Move again. 3 minutes. Doing all the chasing. Control again. Atkins forward. And again. This. But it's gone. Look. Mistake. Cambridge was not Premier League. Enjoy. That's very important. Down. Second half. Yeah.
Just about. Meanwhile, former Lawrence clear his breath. Now, will all in the local less in the promotion in old hopeful happy sadly devastating against after the match
and